Well, good morning, guys. So I was able to get some projects done down at the homestead property yesterday. Weather was beautiful, so that was fun. This morning, I'm going to head over to Lisa's mom's house. They were fortunate that they live right here in town, about I don't know, 6 or 7 blocks from us. And anyway, they've got a really steep front yard, and so I like to help them out with weed eating the grass on that steep part of the yard. So I'm going to head over there this morning and get that done. So guys, I decided to drive back out to the homestead property today, and I'm going to go ahead and load up this debris from taking that old fence down, as well as the old gate that was buried here, and that pile of debris that I found a couple of months ago back at the far corner of the property that's up there. So I'm going to load that up in the truck and take it down to the dump. Hey guys, so I'm in my voice studio here in my workshop. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you may know that I do voiceover work for a hobby mainly. You know, people for years and years have been telling me that I need to be on the radio. You've got this great voice, etc., etc. And about 25 years ago, I did consider becoming a professional voiceover artist. However, at that time, you needed to live in either New York City or Los Angeles in order to be successful at that work. And I just wasn't willing to do that at that time. Today, however, most professional voiceover artists, they actually work from their home studios. And so I decided to build this studio that I'm standing in right now here in the workshop. It's 4 foot by 4 foot square, and it's insulated with the proper acoustic insulation and so forth. And I do small voiceover projects. I've done some audiobooks. I've done about a dozen audiobooks. I'm actually the voice of a couple of YouTube channels besides my own or our own. I've done some character voices. I've done some commercials. So it's kind of fun, and I do enjoy it. One of the New Year's resolutions that I set for myself this year was to work on a voiceover project that I could publish on my own. And as many of you know, I'm deep into meditation. I've been meditating almost daily for, close to 20 years now, it seems like. And I follow a lot of Taoist principles and philosophies. I enjoy the Taoist approach to life. And one of the most famous books in Taoism is the Tao Te Ching. And next to the Bible, it is the most translated book in the world. It was a book that was purportedly written by Lao Tzu back in the late 6th century BC. And anyway, it's been translated into many, many languages all over the world. It's a Chinese, poem, basically. It's roughly 5,000 words. And I love the Tao Te Ching, and I love all of the different translations, even though they generally say the same thing. They are interpreted in many different ways because of the way Chinese language is written, and the characters and so forth can be interpreted in different ways. So particularly to a Westerner. So many of the translations of the Tao Te Ching were written, a long time ago and are outside of copyright, in fact, exist in the public domain. And so I thought I would take a collection of some of those translations that I found to be interesting and different from one another and record them in audiobook format. In fact, I think what my plan is to record one audiobook that features maybe 4 or 5 different translations of the Tao Te Ching. So anyway, that's a project that I'm working on in addition to my homestead work that you guys have been watching for a long time. So I thought I'd bring you into my voice studio today and tell you a little bit about some of the other things that I'm into. All right. Well, okay, guys, so little girl and I are in the garden area here at our house in town, and we're surveying this garden, which is an absolute mess. Overgrown, blocks have fallen over. I built this raised deck. This is a pretty steep hill here, and so I built this deck to put planters on and so forth. Anyway, everything is really overgrown and pretty dilapidated in here. So it needs to be cleaned out. We want to have a nice garden for this upcoming summer, and spring is just a few weeks away, so we're going to begin to plant this. Anyway, this is going to be a pretty major project to get this all cleaned up, and I think that's what I'm going to do in next week's video. So I appreciate you guys joining me this week, joining us, I should say. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.